Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Father's Day for you fathers out there. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of something different here today. We're going to be cooking and be cooking a pork picnic. Let me show you what it looks like. So first thing I like to do, and let me set this camera up so you can see what I'm doing over here. All right. So, first thing I like to do is I like to rinse them. Something that you should probably much do on all your meats. They've got a lot of blood on them, so you want to get that blood off of them, and you want to dry them out. So, start off by rinsing them out here with some cold water. And so these do have the skin on them. Still have the skin on them, which that skin is going to get nice and crispy, and that's what we want. So these are the boned in. See the bone right there. And you're going to see how easy this is. And pretty much brings out the flavor of the meat without all these spices. And I know a lot of the recipes have a lot of spices. Well, this one doesn't have a lot of spices, and I've tried them with spices and without, and this is our favorite. So you just want to pat it down and get all that water, excess water off of it. And these aren't big. These are kind of small. These are shoulders. So just pretty much pat it down like that. If you see anything you don't like, take it off. Now it's got some blood on it right there, but we're gonna take it off. Let me reset this, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. So we took off some stuff we didn't like. This one's pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna pat it down one more time. Get all that excess water off of it. And I got this pan over here. We're gonna place them in there for right now. And do the same thing with this other one here. So, same process. First thing we want to do is rinse it. Get some of this blood off of it. This one is pretty bloody here, so get in here and rinse it off. This is a lot of meat, you guys. This is for several people. Can eat off of this as your meat, and you probably make some rice or some vegetables to go with it. That skin, we're going to get it nice and crispy as we cook it. And we'll put it in the oven. This will take approximately 4 or 5 hours to cook. And we'll check it probably like every hour. Every hour we'll check it, make sure it's cooking right. And we'll take probably some of the liquids and put on top of the meat as we go cooking. Make sure it stays moist. So same thing here. We're just going to dry it. This ain't gonna require any covering with anything, with any type of baking bag or anything like that, cooking bag. It's just gonna be cooked just like it is in the pan. And you wanna get in there and get all that water out of there as much as you can, dry it up. Like I said, we've made pork in many different ways, and this is our go-to recipe, I guess you want to call it. It's our easiest and most tasty. Brings out the real taste of the pork. So now, I've never tried this on wild hog, but I'm sure it will be different. But this is store-bought. So here we are, guys. So that's the first step. Second step is going to be the salting of it. So this, the main thing on this recipe, guys, is salt. Pretty basic. You want to salt the meat down, and that's pretty much all it takes. You want to salt it and rub it in, get it on the skin. This skin, you get the salt on it, it's going to get nice and crispy for you. So put the salt on it, both sides. Make sure you put enough salt on it, and it won't be salty, guys. So I like to get it in all these little areas that we need to put the salt in there and rub it in there. And we got a family friend that pretty much cooks pork for a living, and this recipe, he told us about this recipe, and I know there's a lot of ways of cooking pork, a lot of different styles and ingredients you put in it, but this doesn't take much of anything, and the taste is really, really good. So I think that's good on this one. Rub it in there, get it, salt in there, and you'll notice that the skin, you know, the salt kind of falls off a little bit. We'll get it in there. Take this one out of here, and let's put this guy in there. We'll do the same to this one now. Hope I didn't get that on my GoPro, but massage that salt in there. Flip it over. Let's do the same on this side. Get that salt in there real good. And pretty much the recipe on this thing, guys, is salt and water. That's simple. That's simple, salt and water. So let's check this edge here. Okay, that's good on that one. So we're gonna put these two guys in here. This pan that we have here is what we're gonna be using to cook it on. Let me get this stuff out of the way. There we are. So now, what we're gonna do is, and they're pretty tight in there, let me tell you. We're gonna put water in there, all around those, that pork. So what you wanna do is put the water all the way around the pork, and depending on, you know, the depth of your pan, you don't want to put too much water. It's going to fall out when it starts cooking in there. do this all the way around. It's got pork water all the way around the pork meat. And we're going to put some salt in that water also. I'm thinking that's pretty good there. Yeah, I don't want it to fall out. And then what we're going to do is just put some salt in that water. And don't worry if you put a little too much, but it won't hurt it any. I'm going to put a little bit more salt on this skin. And that salt, guys, believe it or not, is what's going to make that skin crispy. It's going to make that skin dry out and get real crispy. And guess what? We're done. That's all it takes. A little salt around in the water here. We got the two shoulders with salt on both sides. They're cleaned and they're ready to go. So now, oven is preheat. And it says it's ready to go. So I am going to put them in there. Oh yeah, that's hot. So turn this camera. There we go. Now we're just going to put the hams inside there. Be careful you don't spill the water, guys. Probably got to move that top tray here in a minute. There it is. Hope you guys can see that. There it is, and she's ready to go. We're going to check the time on this. We got 11:51. So we're going to cook it probably like 4 hours, and we're going to be checking it every hour. It's probably going to take 5 hours to completely cook. So that's pretty much it, guys. And we'll check it here within an hour, and I'll show you some videos as we go along till we pull it out. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, so it's been 1 hour. Let's take a look what it's looking like. You can tell the skin's already starting to swell up, and I'm not going to take any water out of it right now. I'm just going to get some of that water, put it here on top of the skin, like so. I don't think it has a lot of water in there yet. It's starting to smell pretty good too. And that's all we're going to do right now. When the water starts going up a little bit higher, we may take some water out. Right now, I don't think we need to take any water out, because the meat will leave some juices, and if it does start rising, well, then we will we'll go in there and take some out. But it's looking pretty good. 1 hour. We'll check back in another hour. Okay, folks, let's take a look at the pork, see how it's coming out. It's been in there for 2 hours now. As you can see, it's starting to get some color. Looks pretty nice. Starting to smell really good. Now we're going to put a little bit more of this water on top of here. The skin is starting to get crispy already, I can tell. Oh yeah. By the time we're done, that skin's going to be it's going to be actually hard. So, been in there for 2 hours. We got probably 3 more hours to go. So, stay tuned, and we'll keep looking at it every hour. We'll take a look at it. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So we're coming up to the 3 hours. And there they are. They're getting a little more brownish. The skin's getting a little harder on top. This one's still got some to go. So same process. We're just gonna keep putting a little of this water on top of here. And get that salt moving around there. So we got probably like 2 more hours to go. And we'll see how it comes out. But you can see the meat's already getting a little darker down there. The bone's starting to come off the meat down there. There's the bone. So it's looking good. So we'll check back in another hour. Stay tuned. All right, folks, we are at the 4th hour. And, whoa, let me get back. There you have it. It's looking really good. We're gonna put a little bit more water on top of it. And you can see the bones are starting to pop out. The skin is starting to get nice and crispy. And we're probably gonna give it another half hour and we're gonna take it out and we're gonna take a look at it. But it's getting there. We are almost done. We'll take it out and cool it off, and then we'll take it apart. But the skin is just the way it's supposed to be. Nice and crunchy. So there you have it. We got 4 hours it's been cooking, and we're gonna give it probably another half an hour and check it again. Stay tuned. Okay, folks, we are at 4 hours and 30 minutes, and we're gonna take it out and take a look at it. So, here we go. Okay, this is hot, okay? Alrighty. Here we are. We're gonna leave the oven on. And I'm going to slide this over here. All right. So I'm going to take one of these, try to get it out of here. Put it right there. Get a little closer, man. So the skin is nice and crispy. We're going to take that off. I'm going to take the skin off. Just like that. And I don't know where to put it. I guess I'm just going to put it right there for right now, but check this out, guys. Check out the meat. Pretty much falling apart by itself. So it's cooked. Super soft. It's falling apart. And you can either slice this or just, the way we like to do it is kind of like that. And we'll just eat it that way. And you can see how it's falling apart just by me pushing on it. With the knife, it falls apart. So next thing is I'm gonna get, probably gonna clean that and put this meat on there. So, look at this, it's just falling apart by itself. Came out really soft. And the taste, well, we'll let the people who are gonna eat it tell you how it tastes. So that's pretty much it, guys. Meat's all nice and soft, and we're gonna place it on there, and after I get them both cut up, I will get back with you guys and show you the end result. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, guys. We're on the second shoulder, and as well, skin nice and crispy like we want it. And we're just gonna take it off of here. Gonna place it right there for right now, and we're gonna check out this one here. Look how moist this is, guys. It's just falling apart on the meat, on the bone here. So I don't think I really need to do much cutting on this thing, but there you can see how juicy the meat is, and pretty much falls right off of the bone. Like I said, you could slice it or chop it up like we're doing, whichever you prefer. All depends on how you're going to serve it. And look at that, just falling apart. Just falling apart. Very juicy also. So this is a real easy recipe. You guys saw how I did it. All you need is water and some salt. Clean the meat up, and within 4.5 hours at 350, maybe 5 hours, it should be pretty much done. You get a lot of meat off of one of these little shoulders. You could trim some of the fat on there, but pretty much the fat you're going to be taking it off as you go eating. And I'm pretty much taking most of this off just with these pinchers here that I have in my hand. Pretty much the meat just falls off of it by itself. So after you get it all off, then you can either, like I said, you can eat it with some rice or some vegetables, however you want to eat it. That's pretty much it, guys. Anything you see that you don't like on there, just take it off. So we'll get back to you here when we're going to put the rice in to warm up, and we'll get back to you here shortly. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.